folks, my name is Jen. I am back here again to do a video. I apologize for this unintentional hiatus, I guess I did. I've just been like kind of busy with writing, and then I ended up actually being social the past couple of like weekends or so. And that honestly kind of cut into my filming and editing time. So, oops. I do have another video that is going to be coming up soon. I meant to have it out before now. It is my reading vlog for Count of Monte Cristo. I did successfully finish reading it. It didn't completely take place in one weekend. I actually did it over a weekend, 2 weekends, and spaced out through the in-between week. But you know, I completed it, had a good time, and I just started editing it, so hopefully I'll have that up for you fairly soon. Now I'm looking a little run down today. I am on day 2 of a migraine. It is not COVID though, because I took tests and it was negative, so at least there's that. I ended up staying home from work today because my migraine, it just has barely gone away. Thank you, coffee. Anyway, you don't want to hear about all of that shit. You want to hear about books. Sidebar, I really don't know why I'm making another TBR, because so far this year I am just having a terrible time keeping up with my TBRs. I don't know what it is exactly. It kind of feels like, because I read so much the past couple of years, I've just ended up in some kind of weird reading slump, perhaps. So let's just get into the books that I have right here that I am tentatively hopeful that I will actually read in April. So there are a couple of books that I'm currently in the middle of that I might try to like also continue reading. I'm still reading Evelina by Fanny Burney, which is following me from February. So that I still have to finish. And I have The Maid by Nita Prose. I started reading it while I was on our little getaway, and I just didn't finish it, so I'm hoping to possibly get to that as well. It's really good so far, but I don't know, it's just me lately. I've just put it down and didn't pick it up again. But as for books that I'm kind of carrying over into another month, I would really like to and desperately need to pick up The Thinking Machine by Jacques Futrelle. This is a collection of his mysteries featuring Professor Augustus S.F.X. Van Dusen. That is a mouthful. So the stories are edited and introduced by Harlan Ellison. I feel like I can't name any of his books off the top of my head, but I know I'm pretty certain I've read something of his before. But anyway, so this is like the original, as it says, egghead scientist. He's the thinking machine. Van Dusen's like kind of like Sherlock Holmes, only even more scientific, and he's like super smart and like a chess master, I think, is kind of what this says as well. So this book is for a particular purpose. I believe I mentioned it in my TBR for March. I have a particular video in mind in which I'm going to be talking about this. So this is the first one that I plan on picking up in April. In fact, I'm hoping if this headache like stays down today that I can start this, because it's the end of March currently, so yeah, I really need to get through at least through half of it, if not the entire thing, by the time I need to be making the video. But yeah, it sounds interesting. It's like old school mysteries, so pretty cool. So then I am also looking at kind of spring-ish books, basically. Looking to get into that spring feeling. So first off, in the spring books, I'm planning on doing a reread of The Secret Garden by Frances Hudson Burnett. I read this for the first time ever last spring and really enjoyed it. It was like the perfect beginning to like the spring season. It felt like it helped me kind of usher that in based on the like just gorgeous descriptions. If you don't know what The Secret Garden is about, I don't know where you've been. There's tons of like film adaptations of this, but yeah, it's about a little girl named Mary, and she was kind of raised in India, and her parents are killed by, I think, cholera. She survives and is taken to the Misselthwaite Manor where her uncle resides in... Goodness, I should know where this is, but it's on the moors. I think it's Wales, because I think that the people in here are speaking Welsh a lot of the time. I could be really wrong. And you know, secretive, creepy mansion, places she can't go, noises in the night, beautiful abandoned garden, secret garden that she finds, just getting a rehash on life and becoming a better person. That whole thing. Really beautiful. So yeah, I wanted to do a reread of it to usher in spring. And along the lines of books about little girls in the country, I decided that I would like to pick up Heidi by Joanna Spyri. Again, tons of film adaptations of this one. I like the Shirley Temple version, personally. But yeah, so this is about a girl named Heidi, obviously. She's an orphan. She's been raised by her grandfather in the mountains. And one day she's taken with some relatives to become a proper educated miss, and you know, but it doesn't really agree with her because she's a country girl and she would rather be off in the mountains, and there's a bunch of other stuff. But anyway, that kind of thing. I have wanted to read this for a long time, so pretty happy to pick it up this month, hopefully. Along the lines of Secret Garden, but not exactly, but I guess from what I've been hearing, and like reviews and like comparisons, is Gallant by V.E. Schwab. So this is her latest book. I don't think I've mentioned this recently because I did just get this. So this is about a girl named Olivia Pryor, and she basically has grown up in this school. She doesn't know anything about her past other than her mother's journal, which is basically continuing crazed ramblings up until her death, which it sounds like, you know, not a good time. And one day she receives a letter summoning her back home to Gallant, which basically is this like manor of her family or something. No one really at Gallant has said that they sent her the letter. They don't really want her there. And one day while she's exploring this mysterious manor, she ends up finding a passage to another side of Gallant, like another alternate version of Gallant, and there's a creepy, mysterious man there who would like to keep her in the land. So it's like, it has like Secret Garden vibes, but like Secret Garden on crack. Like it's interesting, but I mean, it does sound pretty good, and I have been wanting to read it since I found out about it, so yeah. Alright, sorry, full card. Okay, we're all good. Alright, so April, you know, springtime, stuff like that. I also start feeling like, let's incorporate more romances in my life, basically. So I have a couple of new romances that I am also hoping to get to. One is How to Find a Princess. This is by Alyssa Cole. This is part of the Runaway Royals series. It is her new series that is like an offshoot of the Reluctant Royals. The other one was How to Catch a Queen. This one is all about Makeda. She is not having a good time. She has been kind of dumped and also recently lost her job as well. So life ain't going so great. But she keeps being contacted by the investigator from the World Federation of Monarchists, who is searching for the missing heir of Iberania. I am so sorry. I'm probably really butchering that. Iberania, which is this country that Makeda's grandmother had like this random summer fling with a prince from, apparently. This is one of her grandmother's stories, that this was a thing that happened back in the day. So this investigator from the World Federation of Monarchists has been searching for the missing heir of this country, and is apparently zeroed in on Makeda. This investigator's name is Besnaria, and she is certain that Makeda is the lost heir, and she wants to drag her back into this world of, like, you know, royal duties and etc. Makeda isn't initially really into this plan, but when her grandmother's livelihood ends up being threatened, she then decides that, okay, I'll go along with this and go back to Iberania. But there's like shenanigans that happen along the way, and Makeda and Besnaria end up growing closer over the course of these shenanigans. So I think this will be pretty good. I love Alyssa Cole's writing. She's honestly like my favorite romance novelist right now, and I'm just really looking forward to more of this series. I'm looking forward to potentially seeing glimpses of previous characters, if they also end up showing up in here as well. And I'm interested to see where this story goes. It says on the back that there's a transatlantic adventure with a crew of lovable weirdos, a fake marriage, and one-bed hijinks on the high seas. And really, like, I mean, that's the kind of cheesy shit that I lap right the fuck up. So I'm very, very interested, and I think this will be a lot of fun. And then the last book that I'm hoping to get to in April is actually a manga of a sort. It is the manga version of Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. This manga is by, hold on, let me find the author, or they don't list it. Okay. The art is by Posey, and the story adaptation is by Stacey King. So, yeah, I'm excited about this. I saw this on Thrift Books and was like, oh, I need that. Yeah, then we have the 5 Bennets. So we have Jane, we have Lizzie, we have Mary, of course, we have, let's see, that one looks like Trouble, so that's obviously Lydia, so that's gotta be Kitty. Character is drawn in here. Darcy looks kind of rakish and attractive. So, yeah, I'm very much like, oh, I was right, Kitty and Lydia. I was right about which one was which. George Wickham looks like a dickhead. Look at Mr. Collins. That looks like that would be the face of Mr. Collins if he had to be animated. So yeah, so this is just, yeah, it's just a manga version of Pride and Prejudice, so obviously there's got to be some kind of adaptations done here, but I'm looking forward to this because I love manga, I love Pride and Prejudice, so the fact that this is like a thing, and look how thick that is. I'm excited to see how this adaptation is, and I tend to blow through manga like really quick, so I think this will be a fun like afternoon of reading at some point in April. So yeah guys, this is my tentative, hopeful stack for April. I'm hoping I can at least get to a couple of them, but I am really hoping that I'll be able to read all of them because I'm really excited to read all of them. So anyway, that's what I plan on reading in April. I hope that you guys have had a great reading month and are very happy with your reading plans for April. And yeah, I will see you in the next video.